Diddy denied bail once again. Or were y'all surprised? I was not surprised, but they did build up some drama leading up to his court date when he presented another package for bail. I want to talk about it. Just the LG experience. Thank you for joining me once again. Right here on Podcast Talk. Make sure y'all like this channel, like this podcast, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm getting a few views here and there, but again, I'm trying to get this subscription up to 10 subs. Looking to get to 10 subs, so I appreciate it. P. Diddy denied bail once again. And you know, the media is a form of entertainment, so they're going to hype it up, add some drama to it, and they following the story very closely. They are following the story very closely, and I've been following the story. I'll be looking at different blogs, different stories on the internet. I like to look up information from credible sources and credible online information. And I think the top medium that puts out news is the AP, the Associated Press. But yeah, this is a story that's people going to follow this, personally or through the media for a while. And I believe he's going to court, start his trial sometime in 2025. But for the third time, a federal judge has refused to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Are y'all surprised? I don't think I'm surprised. I don't think they're going to let him out on bail. They have their suspicions, and the prosecution is going to continuously raise those facts. They do believe he's incredibly manipulative, and that's one of the main reasons why they're not going to let him out of there. I've stated on other videos, I think he's a narcissist, me personally, myself. But I can't diagnose him. I'm not a professional in that particular field. But the behavior he shows, that he's a very manipulative person. But a federal judge has refused to grant him bail again for the third time. And I want to know, how many times can a person try to get bail? He's already tried 3 times. But anyway, prosecutors, they raised concern that he tampered with witnesses and manipulated communication methods from behind bars. When you're in jail and you got a lot of money, people tend to do your bidding. And who wouldn't do that if they're in that situation? Yes, you're going to try to manipulate something. That's for sure. You actually in there with other manipulators. That's one of the things about going to jail or going to prison. You can likely be in there with people that's like you. So people may consider him a manipulator, but he's in there with a bunch of other manipulators. That's a fact right there. That's why they consider people that goes to prison that may have the symptoms or show the behavior of somebody that's sociopathic or antisocial. Once they get inside the prison system, the percentage goes up because you're going in there with other people that's considered antisocial. But he remains locked up in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He's been there since September, since his arrest. And they argue that Combs' release claimed he repeatedly violated Bureau of Prisons regulations by using other inmates' prison phones to communicate with outside parties. I can believe that. So, they use something like some type of access, POC numbers. The defendant directs others to pay the inmates, including through payment processing apps. I can believe that. But Combs himself, because he's going to have to spend a lot of money on these lawyers, that's for sure. So he got to put them to work. But he offered up $50 million bail package, which includes his Miami estate, his children's passports, but the court was not persuaded at all. You can promise that all day. And the prosecutors, they also emphasized that he purported history of violence, referencing court documents in which employees reported incidents of threats and physical confrontation. And when they got through with the hearing, Diddy's lawyers stormed out of the courtroom, and they act like they were mad. I listened to the press conference, but they really didn't say much. And they tried to compare this case to another case, another high-profile case with a guy named Mike Jeffries, the former CEO, who was released on a $10 million bond despite facing similar allegations. But it's a lot of differences, which the prosecutor is pointing out. Combs is accused of running a criminal enterprise characterized by through violence of use of firearms, threats, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. That'll be the big difference between those two cases. But the question is, are you all surprised that he was denied? And there's a lot of controversy going on about, but before I even get into that, I want to point out one thing. These are things you will go through when you're the leader or you're the boss or you're the one in charge or something like that, especially at his magnitude. You have people that really want to take you down for sure. You got a bullseye on your back, and it really just takes for you to piss somebody off. Once you piss somebody off, the door get open, it'd be 1,000 people got their foot on your neck. It's 1,000 people, it's all kind of allegations and all that type of stuff will come out, especially if you're a high profile person. But you've been facing people trying to take you down all that time. And one of the things how people do, they'll sit around and watch you. They're not gonna say nothing. They'll be recording everything you do. And it seems like in this case, he's been doing it so long that he actually thinks it's cool. Whatever he was doing, all this stuff is allegedly. He's not guilty as of now. That's just how the court system works. He's not a guilty person. Right now, he's being charged. And they had to play out in court. But like I say, people will sit around and watch you. They'll watch all your mistakes. They'll sit there and watch you get high as I don't know what. Watch you do this and this and that. And you got that bullseye on your back. And it's going to become a day. It's going to become a day. They're going to use it against you. It may take some time. It may be years on down the line. But one day, them folks is going to try their best to take you down. That's for sure. And in this case, he's 55 years old. So you got people that have been sitting there watching you and recording all the things you do for 30 years. One of the things his defense, what they allegedly saying that his defense is investigating some of these so-called witnesses where Diddy is appointing people to find out dirt on these so-called witnesses. He want to try to destroy their credibility. And we must not forget that he's a PR expert. That's for sure. He's been doing PR stuff. If you in the music industry, you automatically, especially if you run a label or something like that, public relations is a big part of that. Public relations is a big part of medium altogether. That's one of the things I went to school for. I actually got a degree in communication, so I'm like an expert in public relations. It's the LG experience. I want y'all to click that like button, click that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Share this video. Looking to get to 10 subscribers. I appreciate the few views I've been getting. And like I said, it's the beginning. We're going to keep this thing going on and on and on. And I think by them investigating witnesses, they're going to try to find out these people's backgrounds. But I don't think the prosecutors and anybody like that, they would think he's trying to bully these people or manipulate them. He's reaching out to witnesses through third parties. I believe he will use his kids in those type of situations. So his kids trying to put up the fight for him. It seems like there's all this trying to fight for him. When you go through you got a few people here, a couple people, maybe 2-3 people actually speaking up for him. But most of the industry is not speaking up for him. But his kids is probably putting up the most campaign, at least publicly. They're trying to fight some of his battles. And I'm pretty sure he's putting them up to or showing them how to fight these battles. And they're going to be loud. They're going to be loud for sure. But one of the controversies is about this woman, Kim Porter, which is a woman he had in a previous relationship. And she ended up passing away. But it's been a controversy about this book that's been released, coming from her memoir, as allegedly. But it's a big fight over that. So I looked up some of that story. I believe one of them is Albie Shore's biological son, but Diddy adopted him. But this woman, Kim Porter, is his mother. They defending their father real strong. They go to the court dates. They go to the whenever Diddy got to be in court. They show up at all the court dates. Matter of fact, all his kids do. So they down there in solidarity. They, his family and stuff. They've been showing up at all the court dates. They be making posts about their daddy and stuff like that. And sometimes they express their anger. But some of the controversy, they've been talking about this a lot lately. LG experience. I am LG. Click that like button. After receiving a cease and desist letter from Diddy's son, Kristen and Quincy Combs. That's the guy, Courtney Burgess. That's the guy that allegedly wrote this book. And they demanded him to take it offline. But in the cease and desist, Combs' son claimed they are the rightful owners of Porter's intellectual property rights since her death. They also claimed that Burgess did interviews to promote the alleged unedited version of her diary for clout. The brothers claim the whole story around the alleged flash drive is false and misleading. If it was real, it would be in their possession. Because they believe they are the rightful heirs to any of her property. But allegedly, this guy received the manuscript to this book was supposed to be on a thumb drive, and she allegedly gave it to him. If somebody gave you something, you believe it's theirs. And that's what this guy believed in this case. But the tapes was in possession of Kim Porter's tell-all memoir. Yeah. This guy, Burgess, claimed he received several flash drives from a friend, of which had belonged to Combs' late ex-wife, Kim Porter. On that drive was manuscript that appeared to be taken from Porter's private journals, which were alleged to have been the raw edit of her widely speculated memoir, Burgess said. So Kim Porter allegedly is supposed to be coming out with um, with her memoir, and many people think that she just suddenly just died. Um, Many people are speculating on how she died or whatever, but apparently her kids don't think that. They standing with him total through and through. And that probably would have blew this thing wide open before you even get to the Cassie thing. But the guy Burgess, he refuted all this stuff. And I found articles where he said that he believed Diddy is putting these boys up to doing this to extort him for money. That's what this guy, he's fired back and said. And, they crossing paths over this book. They demand that Burgess cease the sale of the book or face legal action, claiming that they became the rightful heirs. But, he refuting all that, and he's not about to back down to them. He felt like he got the copy. He owns the actual copyrights to this property. But anyway, that's some more of that controversial stuff they got going on right here. But I just wanted to cover the fact that this guy was denied bail once again. I don't think he ever get denied bail, at least not too soon. I don't know if he's gonna get life or something like that, but we shall see. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Happy Turkey Day. Hope y'all enjoying y'all families out there. Families are important. Stick to your kids. Love on your kids. Love on your parents. And love on your close ones because, life is short. So, one love. Peace.